Alrighty guys, Xcon here, and welcome to another video. I'm here with FrosTiC,
Hi.
and today we're going to be doing through our E3 predictions. Honestly, FrosTiC is a scrub and doesn't have any. I had to do all the work.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
And you're a great host. Alright, we're going to be going to the EA, which probably airs either today or tomorrow, at 12 p.m. Pacific, or to 3 p.m.
Three.
Eastern.
Yeah.
If you don't live in those time zones, you can figure out yourself. Um, so yeah, EA is gonna be utter shit. I can already guarantee.
Yeah, probably just their sports games and
Yep. As I've written down, Madden 18 gameplay, then
yeah,
something fucking stupid like last year, then FIFA 18 gameplay, then something fucking stupid,
yep,
then maybe NBA or some other sports game, and then some more stupid shit.
yeah.
That'll probably take up about 30 minutes of the conference.
Yeah,
And
showing off their new and improved sports games that haven't changed at all pretty much in a
yeah,
year.
yeah, they're great. We have this cool new feature which was in the game 3 years ago. What got removed? It's new,
Yeah.
and
It's a brand new game mechanic brought to you this year, never before seen.
yeah. And then what's next? Then I have written down. Honestly, this
Need for
was
Speed.
yeah Need for Speed Payback, which was announced a week ago. I want to say. That'll probably give more gameplay demo than cinematic trailer. And obviously, there's gonna be Need for Speed 2, the movie.
Um, Dude, I love the first one.
Yeah, with I don't even remember who was in it.
Yeah, let's look at it here. Need for Speed movie. They're for sure gonna do this second movie here.
Yeah, it wasn't a box office flop.
Aaron Paul is the lead role.
Oh boy, yeah, he's returning for Need for Speed 2, the movie. Um, he's gonna be great in it. Just like Need for Speed and Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Then,
Well, yeah, okay. The Need for Speed movie is just a troll, by the way.
yeah, someone not to catch that joke would have to be dumb. Then, probably a new EA original game. They'll have some fucking indie developer beyond nervous out on stage, so people will love the game.
uh, uh.
Um, this is my game. Here's Yarny from Unravel.
Unravel.
I made him while I was on a trip with my kids and wife, who don't exist.
Ugh.
And then
This game you play as a fetus.
oh my god, that'd be something like South Park. Wait for the Ubisoft. Then said maybe like Peggle 3. Um,
Yeah, maybe.
I want to say Peggle 2 came out in 2014. Um,
When
and
did Peggle 1 come out?
I came out on the 360, I believe. Let me see. I came out in 2007. And
So
Peggle,
maybe there'll be Peggle 3 or maybe not. I guess that's a 50-50.
yeah.
That's a
Um,
50-50 deal.
yeah. Peggle 2 came out in December 2013.
So it's almost what, almost 4 years old.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
three and a half years old.
yeah. So that that might be something they might do. Honestly, those games are pretty easy to develop, so they're not
Yeah,
really hard. Hell, you can fucking just make the game randomly generated.
it's EA anyways,
Yeah.
so
So don't get how they haven't put out like 50 of those yet.
Yeah, they'll find a way.
Yeah. Then however, there's been some rumors and whatnot that BioWare might unveil their new IP, what they've been working on. Um, this I'm not incredibly sure of because Mass Effect Andromeda just came out in March, and the game
Yeah.
wasn't very good. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not fully sure of that. Um, then obviously something like already announced, Star Wars Battlefront 2 will get its gameplay reveal.
Yeah.
Fuck, a big ass truck just went down the road. Uh, whether which will be where was it? Theed, which is on Naboo during the prequel trilogy.
Oh
So
yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
there'll be that, and then they'll probably have some big after event where they have celebrities come just like last year at Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's Snoop Dogg back at fucking smoking weed.
And Terry Crews playing only with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, and sucking dick.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, what's next?
then
Star Wars
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, Visceral's game, which I can guarantee, and from like little concept images and like concept footage they've shown it, it definitely looks like it's gonna be around the original trilogy, um, or in between the gap of the prequel and original trilogy. Like because Battlefront 2 is in the gap of the original trilogy and sequel trilogy,
Yeah.
so I bet you that will be where the story is, and because they have the creative director, she was the creative director on Uncharted 1 through 3, so I
Mm-hmm.
bet you the game
D
will probably be similar to Uncharted.
all right. I was gonna say, do you think the game will play more like Battlefront is right now, or do you think it'll be more like a normal game? Because like I mean, obviously Battlefront was this multiplayer. Obviously Battlefront 2 is gonna have story mode and stuff, right? But
Hmm.
like, do you think this other game by Viscerals will have multiplayer and story mode, or just like one or the other?
I'm not sure about multiplayer because it'll probably come out in 2018, and obviously
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 we have probably have DLC throughout 2018. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely seems like it's more gonna be more of a story based game, and
Yeah.
obviously if it plays like Uncharted, then it will be a third person game and not a first person shooter. So and probably a bit more adventure
Yeah.
based than Battlefront 2.
I think they might make it more like an RPG.
I don't know if they're gonna do a Star Wars RPG, it'd probably be BioWare.
Yeah.
Maybe a reboot of Knights of the Old Republic. Um, I don't know, but if they were to announce another Star Wars game, I bet you it would probably be whatever Respawn's working on. Um, I do have it written down that maybe BioWare or even a third party studio, which I'm not sure about third party right now.
Yeah.
Um, that'll be probably down the road once all EA companies have their big Star Wars game done.
Mhm.
Um,
Why does EA want all their companies to make a Star Wars game?
well, they own the rights, and Star Wars is like one of the biggest franchise ever. So
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
just kind of weird that they get like more than like one or two companies to make a
yeah,
game, you
like
know?
I'm pretty sure Battlefront 2 has three different developers working on it. Um, so yeah, but whatever, if there's gonna be a new Star Wars game announcement, I can guarantee them if it's going to be anything, it'll be Respawn's.
Yeah.
Um, which could I don't know because they did Titanfall 1 and 2, which Titanfall was pretty good. So Titanfall 2 was pretty good.
Mhm.
So I wonder what they'll do if it'll be a multiplayer esque first person shooter or something what seems like Visceral's doing.
Yeah.
Be interesting, and I bet you by like 2019, Battlefront 3 will be out. Um,
Yeah. What do you think they're gonna do in like every other year?
yeah, because I believe what DICE is doing now, like 1 year they'll release a Battlefield, and next year they'll release a Battlefront,
Oh yeah, yeah,
just
makes
so
sense.
Battlefield doesn't become yearly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Cause weren't they doing Battlefield yearly for
I remember.
like from like Battlefield 3 onwards? Weren't they doing like yearly Battlefields?
Let me see. I believe they wanted to, but they really didn't, because Battlefield 3 came out in
2012.
2011.
Oh, 2011, yeah.
And then when did Battlefield 4? Battlefield 4 came out in 2013. Hardline came out in 2015. Then obviously Battlefield 1 came out last year in 2016.
Yeah, yeah, that's when they were doing
Yeah,
because Hardline, but Hardline was shit. So
yeah, and that was I believe by Visceral. So,
yeah,
but
nobody. The problem with Hardline is that the multiplayer wasn't good. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
and the
Actually,
story.
the whole game is just shitty. I think.
And I had played through the story mode. I felt the story mode was interesting. It's something a little bit different from Battlefield games where typically you
Mm-hmm.
play as some like fucking soldier.
Soldier, yeah.
It was interesting because the Battlefield games typically are like action games or you need to shoot down everybody, but Hardline kind of had a little bit of stealth mode in it.
Uh-huh.
So I felt like it was interesting, but I just feel like the cops and robbers aspect of the multiplayer
Mm-hmm.
wasn't done correctly. It just felt like normal Battlefield, but with cops and robbers. Just
Yeah.
you either play as a cop or a robber, and it really didn't have much, like depth or anything like that. It just felt like another Battlefield 4 clone.
Yeah.
That was a big problem with it.
Yeah. And then last for EA, you
Um,
said they might do a
Skate 4.
Skate 4 announcement.
But if it's EA, so they make it out that they listen to the fans, but they don't.
Yeah,
Because
there probably won't even be a Skate 4 announcement.
yeah, if they truly did listen to the fans, then they Skate 4 would have released years ago.
Yeah.
Like it would have
So what,
released.
Skate 3 came out in what, like 2010?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me Skate 3. Yeah, May 11th, 2010.
Yeah. It's been 7 years now.
Yeah.
So,
Even if it's just Skate 3 remastered, then
yeah, even a remaster would be cool.
yeah, or just like
Cause
this. Or go on.
I was gonna say, like, even if they just did a remaster, and if the remaster did well enough, then that they could make the Skate 4 game.
Yeah. Or even just like do the Skate trilogy remastered.
Yeah, or that.
Cause
And if that does well enough, then they could just make a Skate 4.
yeah, and I bet you probably will. So
Yeah, because a
yeah,
lot of people want it.
yeah, like just
Because there just
what?
hasn't been any good skating games.
Yeah,
The
uh,
Tony Hawks that have released since then have just been shitty,
yeah.
pretty
Pro
much.
Skater 5 came out in 2015, and that has a 32 on Metacritic. IGN gave it 3.5, and GameSpot gave it a 3.
Yeah, it's like the one of the worst Tony Hawks. That and like Tony Hawk,
Like Shred.
Project 8 and Shred.
Yeah. Um.
And Tony Hawk Ride or whatever that's
Yeah.
called.
Like hell, fucking Tony Hawk on his Twitter account was already joking about how bad Pro Skater 5 was.
Yeah.
Like it was that was a cash grab of
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah. It's like, oh hey, Pro Skater 1 through 4 are really good games. Let's just make Pro Skater 5.
Mhm.
Like they even like Pro Skater HD sucked,
Yeah.
and that's probably been the best one in like a decade.
It's just weird that there was like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 through 4 and then And 4 came out in like 2002 or 2003 or
Yeah,
whatever, and
2002.
it took them so long to like make number 5 on it. 'Cause what
Um,
after that there was this like Tony Hawk Underground,
yeah.
Tony Hawk American Wasteland,
Then
like
Project 8 and Proving Ground. Then it went to those motion type, like weird
yeah,
games like
Ride and
Shred and
whatever else.
yeah.
I remember there's Downhill Jam. Remember
Yeah,
playing that?
that one was alright. That one wasn't terrible. Obviously, it was a spin-off, so,
Yeah,
not really expecting much.
yeah.
Like,
But like after like '06 or '07 or whatever, then the Tony Hawk games got really bad.
yeah, it also doesn't help, like Proving Ground.
Once Neversoft stopped
Yeah.
making them also.
Yeah, and when Activision went to Neversoft to start making Guitar Hero or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So like during like Project 8, Proving Ground was when they were I believe when they made Guitar Hero 3.
Mhm.
Uh was like that's why those games aren't as good as previous Tony Hawk titles.
Yeah.
And they have Robo Moto still making them. Honestly, I'm pretty sure they might have lost the rights already
Yeah.
to it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the only reason they made Pro Skater 5 is because they were about to lose the rights to it.
Mhm. Wait, so if like I doubt there's gonna be any Tony Hawk game announced at E3, but would that be under like Sony then?
Yeah, probably because
If they were to announce anything, would it be during Sony's conference?
yeah,
Okay. Obviously, it wouldn't be under EA's.
yeah, unless Tony Hawk signs a deal with EA.
Yeah, which I doubt it.
Yeah. Um. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to Microsoft's, which will air June 11th at 2 p.m. Pacific, or if you're on Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Um. So obviously, Scorpio is going to be a huge part of this
Yeah.
show. Like I
It's
can,
gonna be like the main thing.
yeah, like I bet you right at the start they're going to announce Scorpio launch date, price, and maybe a redesigned Elite controller, which will come with Scorpio.
Yeah.
Um,
Wonder if they'll also have like a new headset too with it.
yeah, maybe a new headset. Like a better, you know, headset.
Whatever else,
Yeah,
yeah.
than just that kind of shitty ones what typically
Yeah.
come with consoles. Cause this is going to be a more premium like console.
Yeah,
Us,
I don't know why consoles don't do that. Like make their own like pretty good gaming headsets and just
yeah.
I mean, obviously they could have like the bundles which have like the cheaper headset that and maybe it's like a little bit cheaper or they could just make it with a gaming headset in it and just, make it a little bit more like maybe 20 to 50 extra dollars depending on how good the headset is.
Yeah, I know Sony, they have like silver, gold, and platinum headset, I believe is what it is.
Oh
And
yeah.
like, it's like,
They're still not quality headsets though,
yeah,
right?
they're a little bit better. They work with like, there's an app for them where you can get like, better sound for PlayStation exclusive titles.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they still support it or not because that was like 2014.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, it's like, and in the gold one, which is like 100, doesn't even have like a like normal mic.
Uh-huh.
Like the platinum, which is like 130, I want to say, has a mic, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to Google that actually.
Yeah.
Um,
But you said the Scorpio, Microsoft will just talk about that for probably at least maybe what do you think, like 20, 30 minutes of the show?
yeah. But obviously they want to get to games and whatnot, which will launch with Scorpio,
Yeah.
like Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, and Crackdown 3, which will probably all get gameplay and then a release maybe the same exact day as Scorpio,
Yeah.
which people think it's coming out October 10th because a third-party game, Middle Earth, Shadow of War, which is going to be one of the Xbox Play Anywhere titles, and one of the like
Mm-hmm.
few third-party ones, or AAA third-party ones.
That's
Uh,
its release date.
yeah, got recently got pushed back from August to October 10th.
Yeah, and October 10th is a Tuesday.
Yeah, um, and I feel like that's a perfect time to release Scorpio.
Yeah, right before the holidays, and it's right before the November
Yeah.
game releases. And it
Mhm.
seems like more companies are starting to release in October as well now to try to
Yeah.
beat the November rush to try to get their sales in earlier.
Yeah. Obviously there's some games that should be pushed back to like December, like Titanfall 2 should have been.
Yeah.
Because even though of that like 3 week period where Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare came out,
Mhm.
even though Titanfall 2 was the best out of those three, it still sold the worst because it
Yeah.
wasn't Battlefield or Call of Duty.
Yeah, even if they waited for Titanfall to come out in the spring of this year,
Yeah,
it
like
would have done a lot better.
if it just released like last month, then I feel like it could have done really well because there's not many shooters really release around this time.
Yeah, and everybody's getting bored of Call of Duty and Battlefield and whatever else by now.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of bored of it. Those games have to rely on their DLC
Mhm.
to get them through after about like 4 months of gameplay.
Yeah, because it starts becoming the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like if I bet you Titanfall 2 probably started doing better around December. I don't know if it's still sold what they were expecting though.
Yeah, it probably didn't.
Yeah, like releasing just in like April, May when there's not much is like a perfect time to release a game like that. Like
Yeah.
it could have done a lot better because, like I said, not much coming out, and lots of more gamers and whatnot aren't buying games constantly around this time, so they have a bit more money.
Mhm.
So yeah, but anyways, moving on. So I feel like there'll be some sort of Halo game. I've written down Halo 3 Anniversary and Halo 6, but I know 343 Industry said those aren't coming, but they have something for E3.
Yeah.
Which there was a recent leak, Halo something, but then the guy from 343 Industry tweeted at the guy who did the leak saying that it was fake news. It
Oh
was some
yeah.
kind of shitty Trump joke, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then did hashtag in MHGA make Halo great again, which
Oh yeah.
they're making Halo shit. They're ever since they got Halo, it's
Yeah,
been shit.
343.
Like Halo 4 and 5, like Halo 5 sucked. It wasn't good. Honestly,
Yeah,
I never.
Halo hasn't been fun for a while. Same with like, I mean, honestly, all those games, a lot of those shooters that dominated for so long,
Hmm.
just haven't been fun. Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield isn't even that fun anymore.
Yeah, it's they're just they keep going for so fucking long, and
Yeah.
I feel like a big problem with Bungie and 343 Industry with how when that moved is because Bungie they weren't trying to make Master Chief some like character who has like fucking feelings and whatnot. He's just supposed to be some fucking guy who doesn't fucking care and just gets the mission done. Where
Yeah.
343 Industries is trying to make him have feelings and whatnot, and with Halo 5 because Cortana dies at the end of Halo 4. Spoiler alert. Um, he's like sad and whatnot that Cortana died. It's like
Yeah.
yeah, and a big problem with Halo 5 is that they marketed that is going to be Master Chief versus Spartan Locke, and it ended up just being some fucking cutscene where they punch each other for a couple times in like the fourth mission, I want to say,
Oh
and
yeah.
you play the entire game as Spartan Locke. And even though you have like Nathan Fillion's character there, but it's like, eh, you know, with
Yeah.
Halo 6 needs Master Chief to be the main character again. Uh,
Yeah, if they do another Halo, whether it's Halo 6 or whatever else it could be, which if it's a new main series game, I bet it's just Halo 6, and Master Chief needs to be the main character.
yeah, but also another thing I think they is that they should just get away from the Master Chief kind of storyline at after 6 and start doing more stuff like Reach
Yeah,
and
I
ODST.
always liked Reach. I always thought that was a fun game
Yeah,
because the story was different.
mm-hmm,
I mean, the multiplayer was nothing special.
yeah. Yeah, the story was a lot more. It was pretty interesting. So I,
Yeah.
I do hope they start going more down the route
It's what?
like that.
Reach is like a prequel game, technically,
Yeah, it
right?
takes place before Halo 1,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like a Rogue One. A Star Wars story leads directly into A New Hope. That's kind of
Yeah.
how it was. Reach leads directly into Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
So yeah, um, what else? Obviously, Forza Motorsport 7 will, you know,
Yeah, Forza comes out every
yeah,
year.
and it's time for Motorsport 7. So,
Hmm.
and obviously next year will be Horizon 4. Um, so yeah, it's like it's a racing game. Tell you the truth, the Forza games are probably like some of the few good racing games that are still releasing every year. What people like.
Yeah.
In
Does
what
Gran Turismo even release ever, like,
I believe the last time they released one was on PS3. I,
really? It's been that long since they did a Gran Turismo game?
yeah, I tell you the truth, I actually believe there's one in development. Uh,
Yeah, I would figure there is if they haven't released one since
yeah,
PS3.
yeah, Sport is what it's called.
Hmm.
I believe it's supposed to come out in like 2015, I want to say. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, and tell you the truth, that's actually one thing I forgot to write down for Sony. Um, yeah, but when did 6 come out? 6 came out 2013.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's weird because it came out in December of 2013. That PS4 was out by that point,
Yeah.
but it came out on PS3. So
It's probably just one of those releases where they just wanted to get it out.
yeah, even though they could have delayed it, just put it out on PS4.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, and pretty much other than that, I'm really trying to think other like what Codemasters people do Dirt and like the Formula One games. They release all right racing games. Uh,
Yeah.
Other than that, I really can't think of anyone else because there hasn't been a good NASCAR game, and I don't even know. Um, yeah,
NASCAR is like, I don't even know. NASCAR games are dead.
yeah. Um, but yeah. Anyways, I feel like Forza Motorsport 7 could be on one of those games that looks really good on a Scorpio because it's not as it's more simple. Or
Yeah.
um, and I know Horizon 3 looked pretty good, so graphics wise. Um, but yeah, anyways, moving on. I feel like honestly, CD Projekt Red, who did the Witcher 3, they typically show up at Microsoft's not panel, conference. I bet you they'll show up either with like Gwent standalone, which just recently went into the public beta, or maybe something relating to Cyberpunk 2077.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I bet you it'll probably be more Gwent related. Um, then this one I don't know about, but Gears of War 4 story DLC. They've been releasing maps for Gears of War 4 multiplayer, And if you watch my Let's Play of Gears of War 4, you know that I fucking hated the story mode. Um, and it's one of those games where it's not year by year, which I don't like year by year games, but I also don't like games that end on cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Which, tell you the truth, this ended on probably one of the worst cliffhangers I've ever seen ever. Like it was so fucking bad. It's like you think there's still gonna be like an hour or two left of the game, then it just ends.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't even really solve the full like main conflict, and it's like all the new characters you just did not care about. I just didn't. Um, but yeah, if they do stuff, it'll probably be based off of an end credit scene. Um, of the one character, which I don't even remember their name. Um, if they do story DLC. But yeah,
Yeah.
just like ending a game like that on a cliffhanger where the next one is probably like gonna come out in like 2020. Like, what's the
It's
point?
just such a long wait for
Yeah,
something.
it's not like a TV show or a movie. Like, when they already have the next movie announced for like 2 or 3 years down the road,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, okay, I'm more fine with the cliffhanger or like a TV show where you know it's gonna be like a year later. Obviously, there's still shitty ones like The Walking Dead season 6 at the end
Yeah.
of that season, and then it took them like 30 minutes to get to that point in the actual show in the
Mm-hmm.
first episode of the seventh season. But it's like video games is the worst to do cliffhangers because development takes years to do.
Yeah.
Like, and Gears of War 4 was in development since like 2013, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was kind of
Yeah, I don't think
shitty.
anybody's a fan of cliffhangers.
Yeah,
If you say if anybody says they're a fan of cliffhangers, I just think they're trolling.
yeah, it's like even like movies I like Star Wars. Star Wars ends on cliffhangers a lot. Like Empire Strikes Back ended kind of on a cliffhanger. The Force Awakens literally ended on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
Um, it's like and just cliffhangers are just shitty all around. Um,
Yeah.
but anyways, moving on before we ramble about cliffhangers for 50 minutes. However, I feel like there'll probably be some Minecraft, shit. Probably like
Yeah, they already talked about. Didn't you say some of Minecraft story mode?
yeah, season 2 of that. It's like I could ramble on about Telltale and how shit their games have been recently. Um,
Yeah.
it's like I don't even know if they are listening to their fucking fans anymore. It's like people have been asking for The Wolf Among Us season 2 for years. People are starting to want Tales from the Borderlands season 2. They already announced Game of Thrones season 2, and that hasn't been seen ever. They just talked, said it was in development. Then they had some like fucking original new IP they're working on. That's
Mm-hmm.
nowhere to be seen. But after Guardians of the Galaxy and The Walking Dead was done, everyone thought they were gonna do like Game of Thrones. Like
Yeah.
no, you get Minecraft story mode. But yeah, I bet you it'll probably be something about Minecraft. Um,
Yeah.
then there'll probably be some third-party support. Like if we're gonna see Middle Earth: Shadow of War, it'll probably be at the Microsoft. I bet you if the Scorpio is probably gonna help them out a lot with third-party stuff
Mm-hmm.
because the Scorpio is gonna be more powerful than the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
So and whatnot. So I bet you'll probably see some more third party stuff, unlike the past couple years from Microsoft. Um, and then I feel like the next two I feel like are it's probably gonna be one or the other, which is a new exclusive, a new exclusive first party IP. Like Sea of Thieves is and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or they'll announce a new Fable game, either Fable 4 or whatever they'll call it. I feel like it's probably gonna be one or the other.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, um, that's about it for Microsoft. Obviously, Scorpio is gonna be big for them.
Yeah, Scorpio will pretty much take up most of their
Yeah,
stuff. They probably won't have too many
yeah,
new game announcements. Maybe that new uh, exclusive first party IP and maybe Fable 4.
yeah,
Other than that, all the other stuff will just be stuff that people already know about, and then just like DLCs.
yeah. And the only other thing is like if they're gonna announce something Halo, it's gonna be a spin-off title. So
Yeah.
yeah, but anyways, moving on to Bethesda's conference, which will air June 11th at 9 p.m. Pacific or 12 p.m. Eastern, which is pretty fucking late. I believe that's like probably one of the latest. I I I don't remember any of them because obviously we live on the East Coast. So
Mhm.
it'll be at midnight for us, and it'll go till like probably like 1. So that's gonna
Yeah.
be great. Honestly, I feel like Bethesda they did release the like a little artwork thing of Bethesda Land, which it showed off some of their like artwork for some of their games, and there's two closed off areas. Uh,
Yeah.
one area not there is a Wolfenstein themed one.
Uh-huh.
So and honestly, last year at the beginning of the show, when they announced Quake Champions, like they had some old kind of like computer startup stuff and like background with white text, and
Yeah.
one game they was Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. So yeah, I bet you that will probably be one of the games they'll announce. And then also in that artwork, another game was The Evil Within, which there's been some like leaks for like what is it like them getting people hiring people for the I believe it was the Japanese name of the game.
Oh yeah.
So the Evil Within and Wolfenstein: New Colossus are most likely going to happen. I honestly don't know if it'll be called The Evil Within 2 or Wolfenstein: The New Colossus, but
Mhm.
it's definitely going to be New Wolfenstein and New Evil Within.
Yeah.
Then there'll probably be some Quake Champions stuff. I know that's in beta right now. And that game's going to be free to play, so you know,
What is it?
well, it's the Quake franchise. It's by the people who did Doom,
Yeah.
id Software, and whatnot. And it's just the new version of that, but it's multiplayer, free to play stuff, lots of microtransactions. Yeah. Then there'll probably be some quick DLC mention stuff for like Prey or Dishonored 2, maybe Doom. Doom's a bit older though. That came out over a year ago now, so I don't know if there'll be any like DLC mention. If anything about Doom, it might be the VR version of it, because I believe they talked about doing a Doom VR last year. Um, Obviously, then Fallout 4 VR will be shown most likely, which I feel like could be a big sell for VR and whatnot.
Yeah.
Feel like it'll be big for like Sony to get you know get it down on PSVR. Um, because PlayStation VR really doesn't have anything
Mhm.
right now. Which I bet you they'll probably announce something at PlayStation's. But yeah. Also, Elder Scrolls Online might get a quick mention because the Morrowind expansion just released. Um, then, because Bethesda Game Studios, I believe they said they had 7 games in development right now.
Oh yeah.
Um, one of which is Fallout 4 VR. Then, they said Elder Scrolls 6 is in the works. Then, what else is there? There's like 2 other games I believe they are now. Skyrim for the Switch.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's something else I forgot about. Then 3 unannounced projects.
Yeah, who knows what those could be.
Yeah, one of which I think will probably be like Fallout 3 Special Edition for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Maybe
Oh yeah.
Switch.
Oh yeah, didn't you say something earlier about some like sci-fi game?
Yeah, yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, I feel like that'll be something. I don't know. They might announce a new mobile game, and then I feel like the end of the show will probably be what their next big RPG is. It could either be the Elder Scrolls 6 or um been rumors about a sci-fi game, I believe it is,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny because CD Projekt Red is working on Cyberpunk 2077, which is kind of sci-fi-ish.
Yeah.
So, and because now CD Projekt Red is like their biggest competitor. Um, so yeah, I feel like it's either gonna be Elder Scrolls 6 or that sci-fi game. Um, Honestly, I bet you those will come out in 2018 if they're
Mm-hmm.
announced. I don't feel like they'll come out this year. Um, so yeah, but yeah, and if they announce any other RPG, I don't know, maybe like there could be a Fallout New Vegas kind of game for Fallout, like a Fallout spin-off or something like that for Elder Scrolls even. Um, so yeah, or like a Elder Scrolls mobile title or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and there's probably something I'm missing within Bethesda. Um, couldn't think of anything else what they would show off though. There'll probably be more than just these couple things. Oh, holy shit, we've been going for 45 minutes. I think we'll probably end this one off here.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one we'll go over Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo.
Yeah.
Um, Anyways, I've been the Xcon with FrosTiC here. And
Yep.
we'll see you in the next one. Probably be up a little bit after this one goes up. But anyways, see you then.